I'm joined here today by the caveman himself, David Rickels, set to fight here real soon at Bellator 225. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. Feeling good, ready to go. Weight's good. Couldn't ask for a better camp.
Oh, glad to hear it, man. We know the fight's coming up here soon. What's camp like at this point? Are you done with all the difficult stuff and it's focusing on the weight cut? What's camp like?
Yeah, I mean, truth is, this weight cut's pretty easy. We had to do a weird thing where I had to fight at 175 because I weighed too much on my last fight because I fought in California. So that was a little weird because he's fighting 155 pounds, man. 170 pounds is pretty easy to make. So that was weird. So we made the fight at 175, and cutting weight's been easy. Camp's been really good, though. I just feel fine-tuned, man. I've been in the game for a long time. I feel like I'm still learning, though. I still want to learn. I still seek improvement, and I hope to show it next week.
And how do you feel physically? You mentioned the difference in weight and everything. What's it like physically?
I feel healthier in general. Like, it's weird feeling, I used to cut weight and I'd feel like skinny. Almost, my skin was like super tight. Getting down to 155 pounds, I feel really frail, really weak. Like, on fight week, if I was to work out, it'd be at max for 15, 20 minutes because that's about all I could really handle doing anything hard. Now I can train all the way up to the fight. I really don't change much. I'll be sparring, I'll be getting ready, I'll be training hard all the way up until the fight.
And was your diet any different in this fight, or is it just about not cutting weight, or is it about trying to be a little bit heavier to get an advantage? What's the diet been like?
Man, my diet is, I got this really dope, I've got this sponsored butcher box, so they send me a lot of meat. I eat a lot of meat. I'm mainly a carnivore when it comes to cutting weight and whatnot. I just stick to good meats, good clean meats with fruits, vegetables, that sort of thing. Protein shakes here and there. So I just try to eat clean.
Yeah, I assume being a caveman, you got to eat a lot of just raw meat, raw berries, stuff like that.
That's right, man. Yeah, they just send it to me and I eat it right out the box.
For sure, man. Well, what kind of meat are we talking here? Is it? I know fighters they eat tons of chicken. Are we talking chicken, beef? Well, what's your go-to?
For me, like I said, I'm walking around at 82 right now, and I mean, when people think of dieting, like I don't diet. I eat whatever I want, or I guess I should say as much as I want.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have to limit myself on food. I eat steak, I eat chicken, I eat pork, I eat whatever I feel like is a good clean source of energy.
And let's talk about your opponent a little bit. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name because I believe I can't. Are you able to pronounce his name?
Man, that's actually funny. The first couple weeks, I couldn't pronounce his name, but I'm pretty sure that it's Yaroslav Amosov.
All right, you heard it here first. That's going to be the first and only time you hear his name. What are your thoughts on him, man, as you head into this fight?
I actually watched him fight incidentally. One of my friends fought on one of the Thackerville Bellator cards, and I was out there cornering and just ended up watching the rest of the fights and watched Yaroslav fight Gerald Harris, and I was like, man, this Russian cat's pretty good. And then he won, and then I heard them say that he was undefeated too. I was like, oh, okay, this guy has quite a few fights then. And I don't know, he was like 19-0 or something at that time. And, man, he's been impressive to watch. I think he's very well-rounded. But, one thing that stands out to me is exactly that there's not like one potential skill that is a huge standout of his.
So we mentioned he's undefeated. You do have a lot of experience. You've been in this Bellator cage many times. Do you feel like your experience is going to be a big advantage in this fight?
Man, he got 22 fights or 21 fights. I don't necessarily think that cage time is going to be a big experience or anything like that. But I feel like a lot of my traits that I already naturally carry into the cage match up well with his. So it should be fun.
And one thing we do know is that you have some of the best walkouts in Bellator. We know every time you've got to put on a show and everything. Is there something special that's planned?
Man, I'm always, this is a big stage too. Like, I think we'll have like the, the big, cool walkout area. You know what I mean, with the screens and stuff like that. So I'm excited to use that, man. That's just fuel for my fire. So yeah, I got something planned.
And who comes up with that? Are you the one that, do you kind of talk up to your team? Is it maybe somebody comes at you with ideas? How do you guys prepare with what kind of statement you're going to make?
Um, Whatever I think is going to be the most amount of fun and the most amount of entertainment and internally give me the most amount of giggles. That's usually what I'm going for.
For sure. One thing I do want to talk to you about outside of the fight games, of course, you have this great luxurious beard. What's been the key to having such a great beard? Is it just shampoo? Do you have a special beard oil? What's been the key for you?
Testosterone, lots of sex with my wife, and probably beer and whiskey.
So pure manliness, and that's how you get such a great
That's
beard?
it, right, yeah.
For sure, man. You haven't been able to pick up a sponsor or anything like that?
If only I could figure out the secret to growing on the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
where's that at? What's that secret?
I think at some point it's either you have a great luxurious beard or great hair. So I think you have to choose between one
I'll
of the
take
two.
this one for sure.
And so in your fight career, things are obviously going great for you. 2-fight winning streak. Last fight was kind of a weird finish with the injury. What's been the key for you, man, getting this 2-fight winning streak?
I think the key is just mentally being there, being ready for it. I've had a really hard time of like in my career of like feeling ready for fights. I'm, one of those people. I guess, my friends would describe me as like too humble, almost. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I feel like I don't deserve some of the opportunities that I've got. And then I have to remind myself, I gotta look at who I fought, the people that I beat, that sort of thing, man. So I've been really kind of doing that. Like, fuck, I'm kind of a bad motherfucker. So I've been looking back and watching some really good fights, watching myself when I perform well. I think, really just believing in yourself is half the battle out there. Believing when you walk in that cage that you're going to win.
Yeah, I agree with you. It seems like a lot of fighters, when they talk about, the mental seems to be the most important part. And that's why a lot of guys that work with sports psychologists and everything. Do you have anyone you're working with, or is it just about just talking with your family and stuff like that?
I'm my own psychologist, man. I read a lot of books, and, I just finished Flow by some Shazinski dude, and it was really dope. It was talking about sports performance and stuff like that, and how you get into that flow, right? That experience where you're not consciously thinking, but you're still doing everything right. And if you're a fighter, you've been in flow. Like, if you're a good fighter, particularly, you've definitely been in flow. And when we get in those flow states, that's when we perform the best. I've gone out there and, against Bamba, Piccolotti, a few other people, and I barely remember the fight, but it just, everything came together. Like, I just felt so good. I felt like I couldn't be beat in those moments. And I guess that's what we're always chasing, right? Those feelings of greatness, and I'm hoping to replicate it next week.
And you mentioned reading a lot of books. If I'm not mistaken, on your shirt, it looks like we have a chimpanzee reading a book. What's going on here?
Man, we evolved from apes, so he's reading Darwin's book of selection, natural selection. So, yeah, funny talking with that, but it's only right that the caveman understands where he came from. You know what I mean?
That's right. That makes sense. Considering you're the caveman, you're the closest descendant to the monkey, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the missing link, y'all.
For sure. You mentioned the mental part of the game. How are you feeling mentally? The fight's away. Do you have any anxiety as you get closer to the fight? What's it like mentally as you get closer to the fight?
What's it like mentally as we get closer?
Yeah.
It depends on the fight. You know what I mean? Like, it just completely depends on the fight. Like, something about this fight, I feel really good. I haven't really been stressing or going through those, like, mental battles of, like, where you just see yourself getting beat up and that sort of thing. I felt really good, and does that translate? Not all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like this and gone into fights where I've got beat up. And then I've had fights where I'm scared shitless and I've gone out there and won. So it's just one of those weird things. I don't think you know how exactly you're going to fight or how you're going to feel until you step in the cage.
And so this fight, if you win it, that puts you 3 in a row. What does this do for you in your career? I mean, what's your trajectory like? Let's say you get the victory in this fight and you do it in an impressive fashion.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm chasing one thing only. It's exciting, entertaining fights with the best of the best. And I want to get these wins. You know, when they sent me this guy's name, the 0 on the end of his name was really attractive to me. Because, well, you whip this dude's ass, and guess what? All eyes are on you. You just beat a 21-0 fighter. So, yeah, I don't know. I love the challenge.
And what are you expecting in this fight? Are you expecting more of a technical performance? You mentioned wanting to be entertaining. Can we expect perhaps a brawl? What are you kind of expecting out of this one, if you're expecting anything at all?
If he wants to stand there and brawl, let's brawl. Dude, I will take that route anytime. I don't think that that's going to be his game plan. I think that he's going to want to take me down probably. He's going to push for that grappling on the cage. And he's a very, I would say if he has a standout technique, it's his wrestling. And his ability to control his opponents and keep the fight at the pace that he wants it to be at. And I want to break that up, man. You know, that's how I beat fighters. That's how I get guys. I get them tired and I beat them up. It's because I push a pace that they can't keep up with.
And keeping that in mind, I have just one more for you. How do you see this fight playing out? How do you get the job done? How do you move on to 3-0?
I mean, I kind of spelled it out right there, but the real trick is stopping the takedowns and hitting him more than he hits me, right? It's a really simple strategy. If I can get on top some way, you know, I'm what I would call an opportunistic wrestler. If I see a takedown, I'll go for it, but I mean, I never had a strategy where I want to take a guy down. Maybe I should have, right? Maybe that would have worked a little bit better in the MVP fight or something like that, showing his weaknesses now. But, you know, I like to stand up. I like to trade. I feel comfortable there. So I'm going to try to keep it there and push the action.
All right, well, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great fight, man. Thanks so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.